In this video, we're going to learn how to form what are known in Spanish as regular IR verbs. However, before learning how to form a regular IR verb in Spanish, it's important to revise very quickly our Spanish subject pronouns, which are yo, meaning I, tú, meaning you, when referring to one person, él and ella, meaning he and she, nosotros, meaning we, vosotros, meaning you, when referring to more than one person, and finally, ellos and ellas, which both mean they, depending on whether we're referring to a group of males, a group of females, or a mixed group of males and females. When forming regular IR verbs in Spanish, there are 3 steps which we have to follow. The first step being the formation or the establishment of what's known as the infinitive. For example, vivir, to live. And the infinitive of any verb is the form we would expect to find in a dictionary. And here we have our infinitive on each of our 6 parts of the verb ready to be formed. Step 2, when forming a regular IR verb in Spanish, is known as forming the stem. The stem is formed by simply taking off the final IR from the infinitive. And once the stem has been formed, we're ready for our third and final step when forming regular IR verbs. And step 3, our final step when forming regular IR verbs, is the addition of our regular IR verb endings. When we want to say I live, the ending letter we add onto our stem is O, bibo. If we want to say you live, the regular IR verb ending letters, we add our es, vives. To say he lives or she lives, the regular IR verb ending letter is e. In other words, vive. Similarly, if we want to say we live, the regular IR verb ending letters we add to our stem are IMOS, giving vivimos. If we want to say you plural live, the regular IR verb ending letters we add to our stem are I accent S, bibis. And lastly, if we want to say they live, our regular IR verb ending letters, which are added to the stem, are en, viven. And those are the 3 steps we go through when forming regular IR verbs in Spanish. And just to recap, those steps are: 1. Establishment of our infinitive. In other words, the form of the verb with the IR at the end. Step 2, forming the stem, where we chop off the final IR from our infinitive. And step 3, we add our regular IR verb endings depending on who is doing the action of the verb each time. Lastly, and possibly most importantly, once we know how to form one regular IR verb, for example, vivir, we can form any regular IR verb in Spanish because each verb follows the same 3 steps. Step 1, establishing the infinitive. Step 2, forming the stem. And step 3, adding our regular IR verb endings The only difference is remembering which ending letter or letters to add each time, depending on who is doing the action of the verb each time.